Namaste everyone, my name is Harsh and today I am going to talk about yoga. The craze of yoga is growing on the back of boom in the fitness and wellness sector. According to an article published in India Today, the estimated value of yoga industry globally is at around 80 billion US dollars, which is approximately 592,000 crore Indian rupees. And moreover, there were 37 million people practicing yoga in 2015 alone in USA, which is expected to grow up to 55 million practitioners by 2020. But still, when we talk about yoga, people generally think about the various attractive postures of asanas. But yoga is not merely different poses, rather a science which is related to human existence. If yoga regime is practiced daily in a systematic manner, one can achieve good health both physically and mentally. But how? How these asanas can affect our body? According to science, these asanas have three effects, namely local effect, associative effect, and central effects. The local effects are intended to target organs for improving their health. For example, the functions of pancreas are improved by performing Vakrasana. So Vakrasana is good for diabetic patients. The associated effects can be observed while performing the asana. As an example, the Vakrasana also helps in improving the flexibility of spine. The central effects are observed on mind, brain, and nervous system, and it is achieved while performing the Pranadharana Kriya. Mahasi Patanjali had explained yoga in a very systematic manner in 8 stages, which are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. But what do we gain while practicing yoga? It is about the conflicts faced while practicing these meditative poses. When our brain gets trained to resolve the physical and emotional conflicts, to remain calm and concentrate on supreme reality, achieving the ultimate goal of self-realization and liberation. And it is obtained at the final stage of yoga, which is Samadhi. But to reach in this final stage of yoga, one has to gain mastery over the 7th stage of yoga, which is the meditation or dhyana, the complete absorption of mind to be one with the supreme reality. And this stage of dhyana is mastered only when one is successful in concentrating the mind on a single subject. And this level of concentration is obtained in the 6th stage of yoga, which is dharana. Hence, for mastering dharana, it is required that the mind has no outside affiliation, and how this mind is made to turn towards inside so that it stays focused in the inner world. And this becomes possible by practicing the 4th stage, which is pratyahara. It is very hard to harness the ever-fluctuating mind, but an easy way to do it is by voluntarily gaining control over the breath with determination. And this becomes possible by practicing 4th stage of yoga, which is pranayama. But for practicing pranayama, one must need to be disease-free, right? One should at least be able to sit firmly without any physical or mental obstacles. And that's where asana help us to reach that flow state of mind. We all have experienced that flow state of mind while we are indulged in our favorite activities, right? Where our mind is totally unaffected by anything good or bad. And for practicing these asanas in a best way, one has to follow some yama and niyama, which are the first 2 stages of yoga. And now, let's understand the science behind these yogasanas. According to a research done by Dr. Leena Phadke and team revealed that the sympathetic nervous system is also getting activated while practicing these yogasanas. And it is contrary to the myth that the parasympathetic nervous system is only activated while practicing all yogasanas. And this makes it clear that the autonomic nervous system is activated very differently while practicing these yogasanas. And now, let me make it easy with an example. In Trikonasana, the legs are grounded and the upper half of the body is turned sideways. In such case, the lower half of the body are sending signals to the brain for maintaining stability, whereas the upper half of the body is sending signals to the brain indicating the sideways fall. So the brain, which is not usually fully activated and accustomed to the routine signals, is now activated and facing the challenge of resolving the suddenly faced duality complex. The another example is of Shrishasana and Sarvangasana. The venous flow, which is usually flowing against the gravity, is found to be in direction with the gravity as the posture is now inverted. So the brain faces a circulatory conflict with the body being stable effortlessly. This activation of brain and resolution of duality complex is the science behind these yogasanas, and this can increase awareness in all routine activities of daily life. At the mental and emotional level, it was also found that the endorphins, which is also known as happy hormone, is more during the exercises, but during the asana, the secretions of GABA neurotransmitter is on higher side, which has a total calming effect on brain and the body. After doing exercises, one feels energetic even though they are tiring, whereas after practicing asanas, the brain and the body feels calmed down and the peace is experienced without any tiredness. Another study revealed that the prolonged practice of asanas over the years can increase the thickness of cerebral cortex of the brain. And this means that the asanas are getting positive effect on the brain and the learning capacity of autonomic nervous system. And the health benefits are just byproduct achieved through the brain-body link as a bonus. The more we dive deeper into the ocean of yoga, the more pulse we will find, which can enhance the value of physical, mental and spiritual side of your life. We should therefore practice yoga with pride in our culture's rich heritage. Namaste.